I have a nice ray of sun that is shining on my face. Today we are talking about the next Super Megaforce episode, United as One. And to be honest, it wasn't a good episode, it wasn't a bad episode. It was funny at times, but compared to like previous ones where it's just been ha-ha funny, this one it didn't seem to be boring, but it was one that you could watch and it wouldn't have much of impact on the story. So basically it's the episode where the prince is ill and he is like complaining because he's ill and he's like, oh, go work, get back to sleep, I want to get better, bring me the Power Rangers. And again, this is something where, you know, this guy's like, yeah, I can get you all the energy and all the happiness that you need to make cure. That's how you get rid of the common cold, happiness. That was the case. If we had happiness more and more, we'd be able to we'd be fine, you know, just dose of happiness, be happy, and bam, there's your uncle there, you've got everything. The monster's sent back down to Earth, he's picked up and, he is sent to, 3, 2, 1. He's sent to Earth, he is just generally, like collecting happiness. Starts off with a wedding, and you know, it's nice to see it. You know, it's occasionally the Rangers are, so I think they have like this kind of monster sense that they instantly go pick up. So they find out that they have this like monster, he's taking energy, and it's at a wedding, and Orion's like, what's that? It's like, there's a wedding, and then they fight the monster. That's quite cool because we saw this being filmed around about a year or 2 years ago when the kind of sneak peek was out. They did this monster thing, and it was quite cool. So it's nice to actually see that episode come to light. They wrapped it up quite a long time ago. But instantly morph, they have the fight, and it's quite nice seeing the Megaforce suits, and then you have Orion, he's in his Super Mega mode, and he's fighting and he is beating them. Next then you have that the monster grows up and he's like, what? They're growing now? What the hell? Why don't they just do that straight away? So they're all like, yep, you know, we'll fight it, call the Zords, and they start fighting. The monster shrinks down, goes into the into Orion's Megazord, just knocks him out, and it's like, BAM! Take that, Orion! You won't need no Zord. And then it's just like instantly. Now one thing I found, which is quite funny, was rather than like the other Rangers going, well, hang on a minute, you know, we'll back out, we're not going to cause any damage to your Zord. They're like, yeah, slap it down straight away, and that's it. That's pretty much what it is like capable of. That it's just instant beat down on the other person's Zord, because you know, when a monster gets inside, might as well destroy it. The monster then goes straight into the other Megazord. He goes down into the lower levels of it, which is quite cool because, you know, the Rangers knew, because Orion's like, hey, he's coming across. Hey, so they can shout across and the monsters can't hear them, so I'm thinking maybe it's a communications device. But anyway, the guys are in there straight away, and they actually fight within it. I find it quite funny because I keep thinking that every single time they go inside, it's actually like the editing building, or it's like a really quick set. It's not the actual thing. It's just I don't know. It's funny. It's always like when it comes to Doctor Who, it's always like the BBC. Lower levels, the car park, because they can't find it, so they just use that. I'm quite surprised that they didn't use the Gia footage, or they didn't use Gia as in getting like the monster down a suit, and they used Jake. What's quite funny is like they use coolant, and you normally think this is coolant to actually take down fires and stuff, and you'd think that they would use it properly, but no, it's not safety. It's not safety in the Megazord. They just use it straight. It's like, oh, take that! Yeah, you're frozen sun nitrogen oxide. And what made me laugh is this scene. It's like the monster's like, oh, fine, yeah, I'm just gonna go out. You know, there's a bit more fighting in it, and then he busts out, and it's like, wow, that's the biggest damage we've ever seen. Stuff, and it's Emma just turns to Orion and goes, hey, do you want to get married? Or let's get married. And you'd kind of think from this point of view that Emma was kind of slightly maybe hitting on Jake, and now she's gone for Silver. So maybe there's a love interest between Silver and Pink now. And this is just again the same sort of elements that they've used from the Gokaiger one. Same sort of like quick shots where you've got Orion. He's like, you know, he's like, oh god, what the hell? Guy was exactly the same. So Orion's like, what do I do? And they're like going like, you gotta kiss her, make her happy. Wedding dress, he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. To like a cheerleader, then paramedic, then to a police officer, and it kind of it made a bit more to it. I just think this is quite funny because it was quick change, and you'd think that maybe because they're wearing the same outfits constantly, like, yeah, finally, more costumes, more clothes, yeah. So they do it and it's like quick changes, and you kind of think, where did you get all this stuff from? Where did you get that police car? Because I think you stole it, or you just have it somewhere, I don't know. It's crazy. I do like the fact that when it was the ambulance scene, it's like, yeah, it's my getaway car, and then boom, straight off, he's stealing stuff. Yeah, and monsters can teleport and fly, they can grow, they can do what they want, and they just kind of fly away. So again, I thought this was nice. It's a nice little touch to it. Later on, the Rangers all come along and, you know, they're fighting. And they use a lot more Megaforce stuff. It was more on the Megaforce, like, kind of costumes, which is quite kind of nice. Now, it also shows, like, the quick morph again. Previously, you saw Jake just, in, like, other episodes go like, Super Mega Cyber! And transforming straight away. I always think it's about how you see it, how the audience sees it. So when they do it, the monsters and the bad guys in their world just see a quick change. But to us, we have to see some sort of dramatic transformation sequence as they normally have in these little things. A-okay on that one, guys. Why don't we do that? Okay. When the monster kind of runs away to a different area, and like the other Rangers apart from Emma disappears. Now, when I was watching this, I kind of thought, well, hang on a minute. You know, it's slightly weird because you're not going with them. You're kind of helping other people when your teammates are getting battered somewhere else. So they are fighting and they turn into the Dino Thunder Rangers, which I kind of liked. It was a little bit longer. And one thing that I've seen a lot of people complain about is like when Troy goes Super Megaforce, or no, Super Mega mode, Super Dino mode, that's the one. And he's like, bam, straight into like these things, and he's like, Dino Rampage! Now apparently that was I think someone mentioned when those people were saying, what the hell's that? People were saying, well actually, this is more towards to Abbott Rangers. It's kind of like a maybe tribute. And maybe I can see it because in one of the episodes of Gokaiger, when the Rangers turned to the Go-Onger, they had the things on the thing, the tire marks, and they span. Maybe this was a way of Nickelodeon or Saban, whoever, was actually saying it thank you back, you know, saying we're going to use your word because you used our effect or something. So maybe that was kind of cool. Maybe it was a little payback and kind of acknowledging Dino Thunder. So they're going to stay in Dino Thunder mode, and with Emma, for some strange reason, going like, wind power! And then for this kid's kite, because apparently the monster stole happiness from kids, and it's like, I can't fly a kite anymore! No! So I'm kind of thinking like maybe rather than doing that, Emma could have gone continuously and actually helped fight rather than go and help some kids, because your teammates are being hit by a monster and a kid who can't get his kite to fly will probably run, and when you come back later we'll have it. So again, on that one. So I kind of see why they were going. They obviously in Gokaiger they had Pig Ranger, and AIM kind of stepped out and said you just do that. So it was a nice kind of mix. The locations were kind of cool together. So as soon as the monster is, Prince is like, I'm ill, I'm not gonna go there anymore. Oh, I'm so sick. He gets taken to bed, and then the monster grows, and everyone's sick on the monster ship now. Guess it's human germs getting to you. Monster grows, and since the power of Dino Thunder has happened, boom, we are able to have the combination of it. Now I thought when this happened, why couldn't you have two Megazords? You have the arms combining from the Q-Rex, or the whatever Megazord it's called now, onto the main Megazord. Why can't you have the other arms onto thingy? That'd be kind of cool, but I'm guessing it's because of cockpit and stuff. They just defeat the monsters, and that's it pretty much. They turn around, and again through the entire thing, as they did with Guy was taking photos of of Emma, and she's like, oh no, what are you doing? AIM was pretty much the same, and that was pretty much it. Then they went off and flown a kite, because Orion's like, oh my god, there's a kite! Oh my god, there's a kite! Because he saw a kid playing it in a park, and he was like, oh, it's a kite, what's that? It's like, you're from another world, another whatever, you have giant monsters mechs, you've not seen a kite. So we're going to talk about the downsides to the episode, and I kind of felt like in a way a downside to having Orion acting a little bit like Guy in this one. It was really weird because when I was watching this, from the beginning you see Orion as this kind of like really amazing character who is like kind of strong, is like, yeah, I'm not going to take anything, I am this, and then seeing the whole thing when like Emma wanted to marry him in, well, the plan to the monster, it just felt that they'd taken elements of Guy in this one where he's like, don't know what to do on this one, oh no, and that's how I kind of felt about it. I kind of felt like with this one, his character kind of reflected Guy, but at the end he was like, yeah, look at these pictures, I'm going to take these pictures, I'm going to take the pictures, first morpher to ever take pictures, apart from maybe the Time Force ones, because they have holograms. So this is the first one I've seen that takes photos. It felt like, this episode wasn't too bad, it wasn't good and it wasn't bad in my eyes. It just seemed like a kind of like a filler episode to some degree. That's how I see it. it was fun to watch and it was fun to kind of interact to. Had some elements, and the only other thing is having Emma kind of think more about others than her own teammates. Now I know that in the Sentai footage, AIM turned into the Pig Ranger, so therefore Emma couldn't because they never had that Ranger in Dino Thunder. But with this, it just kind of felt like Emma would put other people's thoughts and happiness towards that rather than help her teammates. Now, that's how it felt, and it just felt it was a little bit out of character. Now I know that she helps everyone, but when you've noticed that when anyone needs help, she's always there with her team and she's putting that. But this one, it just felt a little bit out of character. Again, there wasn't really many mistakes. It was nice seeing original footage, like not kind of pre-Sentai stuff or anything like that. It was nice to see that they actually did normal stuff rather than just kind of heavily rely on it. The Dino Thunder team up thing, the use of footage and stuff was really nice, and I like the way that they helped go towards like the Sentai footage of Abra Ranger. So this was kind of nice. It's kind of weird because now with seeing the Legendary War, it's a kind of let down, but as I said, I would kind of keep watching this and kind of make sure things are okay. Now going back to it, apparently like as I put on the other video, which is you'll see the little box thing and that comes around about here, talking about the Legendary War and how I felt. With that one, people said that is the robotic Rangers and stuff. Now I like that thought. I've not seen them, so it'd be quite nice to actually have them. So maybe that's the reason why you could have TJ and Cassie down there and have the other Rangers at the top, because they are there. Now, if this is true, it's cool, and I know they're not going to explain it, but it would be kind of nice if they kind of touched on it at some point leading up. Maybe if no one goes like, wow, they kept robotic Rangers or something, that would be kind of a nice thing. The series is coming to, we know it's coming to a close, so I don't think there's going to be any more breaks, and they're going to finish it quite soon. I still think the UK will probably get it in a few weeks' time. I'm recording pretty much everything I can see, and yeah, and when it does, I'm going to bring them out and talk about them. So yeah, I don't know. It's cool. What do you guys think? What do you think about it so far? Not thinking if you've seen the Legendary War that's coming up. What do you think deep down? Was it a good episode? Was it a bad episode? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, guys. If you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys in a bit.